Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. And today we're going to make another Father's Day card, and I'm going to show you how to do the bear with the Woodland Trio die set. I was going to try to make one out of each of these, but I think the face shapes on this one are just not bear-like enough. Like, you could technically do it, maybe if you do some trimming around here, but if you have this set, it's going to work better for you. So we're going to work with the Woodland Trio die. I know they're both cute because I absolutely love, not a fan of skunks, but these two are definitely adorable. This, I would probably try to do all of them. I was trying to do a Sonic the Hedgehog option with this, so stay tuned for that. We'll see how that turns out. I tried it once. It didn't look the way I wanted it to, so I'm going to give it another go. And then we'll see how that works. But today we're going to make a bear out of this, which is not included in either of these sets, but you can make one. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut the body, arms, belly, and face, and ears. Pretty much everything but the head itself and the hedgehog spikes. Okay, so you're not cutting these two pieces for this. What you're going to do instead is cut the base shape for the squirrel deer set instead, because it looks cute. So I've already cut up my pieces. We are going to make a black bear today, and I'm going to put him in the woods with this die I got from Simon Says Stamp in December for December. I only die cut the first 4 layers of trees. The rest of it will be like background sky. We're going to put some fun stuff there, so you'll see that when I get to it. I just want to explain this in real time, and then we'll move over to voiceover. So again, like, you're going to do the body shape, ears, nose. If you want to do it in the black, you could do it in a different color, and the head in the black. If you're doing a black bear. If you're doing a brown bear, do this in the darker brown, and then do these in the lighter brown. For the contrast color, which would be your lighter shades here, I did them all in a like dark brown, but still lighter than the black, obviously. But I decided to do it a darker brown and not too light. So the mouth, the belly, the inside of the ears, and the eyes I cut in the brown as well, because I feel like that will just like work better than the black on the black. And we are going to cut an extra head in white. Leave the eyepieces in here. What we're going to do is use this as our like backing layer. These little white dots in their eyes are technically this little rectangular piece. You're supposed to cut this in white and then back it. I like to do the full back of the head because it just gives it a little bit more stability. I can sandwich the ears in between the layers. I can lay them down, and then what you're gonna do as a trick around the edges is just if you don't want that white edge to show. Oh, my eye popped out. I should have taped it first. Anyway, we'll just stick it back in and tape it back in place, but do that after. And you know what, we're gonna do it now before it falls apart. And we'll trim that in a minute. I just want to get this inside eye. Okay, so cut your piece, leave your eyes. Again, it looks nicer this way. There. And then for the tape, we'll just peel it back a little bit. And then cut off a little bit just so it doesn't stick out. And then in order to get rid of the white lines around the edges, you can just grab a black marker and run a marker around just to get rid of the white core. It's not really a white core because it's white cardstock, but it just helps cover those edges so you don't see them. It's kind of like coloring the edges of things you fussy cut. It's pretty much doing that, but we're just going to do it very quickly to this piece at and then we have our eye highlights already good to go. And then if there's any small places like this, I'm just going to use acrylic block here for a second, color it. You can just do it this way, as well. Just make sure you don't go over the eyes. You really don't need to go over the whole piece, but if you just cover the edges, you won't see them. So you're gonna do that for the eye highlights. Okay, and then that'll clean off later. But yeah, so for now, I will switch over to voiceover. You can watch me assemble all the pieces. Ash says hi, because he's waiting for Mommy to come out of the craft room. I've been in here all day working, and now I'm filming a video, so he needs some time, but he's gonna have to wait a little bit. Anyway, I will move over to voiceover and assemble this card and walk you through it as we go. Hey guys, so voiceover Liz here. This card was pretty quick and simple to put together. I didn't do too much to it. Like, I just did the die cut image and the die cut background, and then the sentiments were printed from my Hello Mother, Hello Father release that we did in April, I believe. There's a few different ways we could have done this, which I'll mention now just because I'm just gluing together the pieces. I think I did the inside of the ears on this backwards, but that's okay. It still worked. They're somewhat similar in shape to the embossed area for it, so it didn't really matter. But I really liked doing all the die cutting. I don't mind doing it. There's not too many tiny pieces other than the eyes and the nose. The background took a little bit of time because I had to cut different colors of cardstock. If you wanted to, you could cut it in white and then ink blend if you have like 3 or 4 shades of one color. You could even ink blend if you have like 2, I would say, and then you would just do like a really high saturation and then like slowly grade it back a little bit, or start light and go to the darkest, which I was going to do, but I had some green cardstocks that worked well together. If I was going to do more than the 4 sections, I probably would have ink blended because I don't have another green that would match the color palette that I did, just because I wanted ones that were within the same tonal range, and make sure that it wasn't like off, because like I had other greens that were like a little bit more on the blue side and it just didn't match. So I just did whatever I had available in my stash, which is mostly just the Michael's Recollections 65-pound cardstock. And then for the background, I kind of wish I had done it a little bit darker in the sky, but I kind of like it at the same time. It's a little weird. So if I was going to do this card again, I would try a few things. One, I would like to try printing the sentiment directly onto the background. So like if I was going to do the light blue again, like maybe I would print it in a different shade of blue so it's a little bit more subtle in the background. I think that would be fun. That's why I provide the SVGs for these files so that you can change the sentiment colors. And then another option would be to print it in the black, but print it either on like Nina Desert Storm or like a craft cardstock, and then do the card base in the craft cardstock just so you have that border. Because when you cut out this particular background die, it does cut all the trees, but it also cuts the border for it. So if you're not using the border frame, then you're gonna end up with like a 4 by 5¼ inch panel when you're done. So I would do like a craft card base with a craft sentiment, just to make it like a little bit more rustic looking, I think. So that's just a few ways that I might change up this card if I was going to do another one again. I'm pretty excited to do this tree die for some Christmas cards, because I've seen like them done with the stencil set, so you can get that are similar to this, but I think doing it in the dies will be fun, because then I will be able to maybe even make it like super dimensional and put like a couple layers of cardstock and then maybe like some foam tape for the bottom layers, so it just raises it up a bit more just to give it a little bit more dimension, and then maybe add some snow with some white splatter, Merry Christmas, whatnot. So I am excited to use for that. I am excited that we can also make new animals with these current dies, which is pretty fun to do. I'm going to try to figure out other types of animals that I can do with this set as well, or these 2 sets anyway. As I mentioned before, I have a set that I bought on Amazon a long time ago and has 20 different animals in it, and it just had a bunch of different, you know, like the bodies were all the same, the heads were a bit different shapes here and there, they had different feet for some, but like they coordinated. I've only used it a few times. I don't even know if it's still available. I bought it years ago. If I can find it again, I'll post it in the description box below. They're all like sitting animals. They're not standing like these. They're around the same size, I believe. Maybe a little bit smaller because they are sitting. But I have used, I think, the cat in a video before for Halloween cards. Or it could potentially have been a blog thing too. I don't, guys, I've made so many cards, so many videos over the years now too. I did a blog for like a year, I think, and then I decided to switch over to YouTube. I don't do the blog anymore. Because it was actually a lot more work, I would say, doing the blog. Like, yes, I have to film and edit videos and stuff, but I enjoy doing that kind of thing anyway. For the blog, like, I was typing out everything I was thinking, and then step-by-step instructions, and then photographs for every single step. It was just like having to start and stop the process. It's just much easier to show it in video, much faster as well, and I feel like it's more easy for people to access, I guess, because you're not having to, like, read a blog and figure it out yourself. I find visuals very important. So obviously the YouTube works better. And then for just getting back to this card, I added some white highlights to the bear just to give him a little bit more life and kind of bring in that white a little bit more again, because I have the white on the border, the white on the sentiment, and now the white highlights on the bear. I am going to add a bit of shading as well, because I feel like if I add highlights, I need to add shadow, which is easy to do, especially with these quick and simple, like, cute little characters where there's not too much detail. It's good to add a little bit of detail because it just brings them to life a little bit better. But yeah, that's pretty much our card for today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because I'd love to have you here, and make sure you follow me over on Instagram and or Facebook for additional content here and there. And until next time, thanks, guys. Bye.